Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, stresses that the Sultanate works on principles of wise governance. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, emphasizes that the Sultanate condemns all types of terrorist acts. The Public Establishment for Industrial Estates signs consultancy agreements for the project of Ibri Logistics Area. And to enhance bilateral cooperation in various media fields and exchange expertise, the Minister of Information, Culture, Tourism and Sports of Zanzibar visits Public Authority for Radio and Television. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria on his country's National Day. His Majesty the Sultan has also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Xi Jinping of China on his country's National Day. And His Majesty sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Nikos Anastasiades of Cyprus on his country's independence anniversary. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, delivered the Sultan's speech at the United Nations in New York, in which he called the Yemeni political force should commit to the agreement of peace and partnership signed by President Abdel Mansour al-Hadi and should reject violence and maintain outcome of the comprehensive national dialogue. He hopes that the Yemeni presidency could be able to complete the procedures of the new constitution of the country. He condemns all kinds of forms of terrorism, no matter whatever the reasons, mainly the terrorism acts carried out by the Daesh groups, and supports decisions recommended in the conference of Jeddah and Paris and the steps made by international community to bring back the legislative authority of Iraq on the regions taken over by Daesh. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah emphasized the importance of collective efforts of the international community to eradicate all types of violence, terrorism and extremism. He further said that among important means to avoid violence and extremism is to develop pillars of wise governance and sustainable development in order to provide equal opportunities to the different categories of the society, particularly the youth generation who form two-thirds of the population in the Arab countries. His Excellency welcomed the decision number 2178 of the United Nations on dangers that are threatening the international peace and security from the terrorist acts. The Public Establishment for Industrial Estates today signed consultancy agreements for the project of Ibri Logistics Area. The integrated logistic project in the Wilayat of Ibri in Al-Dhahira governance will be set up on an area estimated at 3 million square meters, which shall be a site for logistic activities comprising storage, shipping, exporting and supplying strategically located between the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. The project will take into account the activities surrounding the area, including international road to Saudi Arabia, railway and future industrial estates. The master plan of Ibri Logistic Area will be linked to the National Railway project through Ibri Station. The project shall be implemented in various phases upon completion of the final design of the project, which is expected to be completed in February 2015. In addition, the project will act as a premier destination for the transit of goods from the Sultanate to Saudi Arabia, as well as to its neighboring countries like Jordan, Iraq, Syria, and Mediterranean countries. Enhancing joint cooperation between the Sultanate and Governorate of Zanzibar in the field of radio television topped the meeting of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television, and His Excellency Saeed Ali Mubarak, Minister of Information, Culture, Tourism and Sports in Zanzibar. More details in the following report by Saif Al-Kindi.
The visit of His Excellency Saeed Ali Mubarak, Minister of Information, Culture, Tourism and Sports in the Government of Zanzibar, to the Public Authority for Radio and Television part came to enhance bilateral cooperation in various of media affairs and the possibilities of the delegation's visit to the experiences between the two sides in the fields of training and technological development related to media work.
Modern technology and well-experienced technician engineers here is something very big achievement has been observed. That, of course, should be the wisdom of His Majesty and the capability of those who have been given responsibility of taking over as His Excellency there.
His Excellency, the chief guest, was received by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Chairman of PART, and His Excellency Nasser bin Sulaiman al-Sebani, Deputy of the Chairman of PART, and many officials. The chief guest toured the Omani radio and television sections and was briefed with an explanation on ways of using the high-definition operation system in the television, as well as dealing with modern equipment.
Here you have a very big achievement in installing this. So we in Zanzibar, we get a place where we can come here to learn. And I'm happy that His Excellency there has given us the open chance that any time our technician from Zanzibar may come here so that they could cooperate with you in every aspect of media, particularly in the radio and information and the television. We thank you so much.
He also visited the news desk and addressed with speech from news editors on the methods used for news preparation and ways of editing reports and stories items. Then he listened to a brief about the news exchanging section and how it's linked with the satellite operation system. Well, this visit came to strengthen the historical ties between the Sultanate and Zanzibar, particularly in the technical affairs, as well as the broadcasting and several issues. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
With the aim to get acquainted with National Committee needs in Gulf countries and Yemen in the concerned field to UNESCO, the Sultanate hosted the consultative meeting for the Secretary Generals of the National Committee for UNESCO, which is organized by National Committee for Education, Culture and Sciences in the framework of existing cooperation between the Sultanate and UNESCO. Director of the Regional Office for UNESCO in Doha participated in the meeting as the first participant since she started her work in the office. She presented her vision in the field of knowledge economy through education, culture, sciences, communication and information. The participants discussed the strategic goals for education, strategic plans, developing abilities and most significant statistics related to the office. The two-day meeting also reviewed the Arab Plan in the field of science, technology, such programs, developing IT and enhancing media culture. The Oman National Commission for Education, Culture and Science held a ceremony in Muscat to mark its 40th anniversary since its establishment in 1974 under the auspices of Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shaybaniya, Minister of Education. During the ceremony, a book was launched to highlight the 40 years achievement of the Commission as well as to focus on His Majesty's vision on the significance of contact among organizations concerned with education, culture and science. It also shed light on scientific awards, Omani heritage and nature in addition to Sultanate's memberships in UNESCO councils. The Commission also launched its new website to spread knowledge and international contact. At the end, the employees and those contributing in the March of the Commission were honored. Still to come in our news bulletin. A promotion campaign entitled Habda is held at Al Kurum City Centre in the Governorate of Muscat. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Finding an election system to enhance women representation in the parliamentary councils along with the Omani politics and social systems were the highlight recommendations in the second Omani Women Journalism Dialogue. More details in the following report by Sultan bin Saif al-Sarai.
After 2 eventful days, Oman Journalists Association has concluded the second Omani Women Journalism Dialogue under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. The ceremony started with the association speech, and then they have announced the recommendations. After that, the chairman of the association forwarded a cable of thanks to His Majesty the Sultan for his precious care for his citizens, and at the end, they presented prizes for the participants and the sponsors.
This is a very important symposium tracing the role of Omani women in the field of journalism. Omani female journalists have played a very important role throughout the years, especially since the year 1970, with the new Renaissance started under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said. Omani women have played an important role in delivering the message of the Omani media.
During these 2 days, 3 dialogues and 2 workshops were held, and they were all about media in general and about the Omani journalist women, where various topics discussed.
We as an Omani ladies, we have to be very, very, very proud that we have able to transform empowerment to execution, where we are conveying our thoughts, our intellectual ideas, and also trying to make a ground of understanding of where we are standing as an Omani woman.
This gathering came up with various valuable recommendations that empower the Omani women's role in media, where the main important recommendations were enactment of legal framework that ensure the equality and meet with the standards of efficiency, irrespective of the gender. Establish an official channel on the internet to document the media work of the Public Authority for Radio and Television.
First, we aim to exchange thoughts between the women who are working in media, and also, as you know, the women in media has some problems and some challenges. So during these sessions, 3 sessions, we want to express how this challenge can be changed.
The second Omani Women Journalism Dialogue has witnessed a huge interaction from many media organizations and from those who are interested in media, where it's considered as one of the best events which discuss and raise various issues, challenges and obstacles related to Omani women in order to find suitable solutions for them. There is no doubt that enhancing the Omani journalist women presence will reflect positively on the media industry in the Sultanate. Sultan bin Saif al-Sarai, Muscat.
The students' company Jazur was crowned the best Omani students' company for the year 2014. This came in an honoring ceremony held in Sultan Qaboos University. During the last 6 months, 22 students' companies from various universities and technology colleges in the Sultanate competed on the title. The winning company will represent the Sultanate in Al-Ijaz Al-Arab competition for Best Students Company on Arab level, which is to be held in Kuwait in December. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Fataisi, Minister of Transport and Communications. Discussing matters of mutual concern, mainly regarding pilgrimage, topped the talks held between the Emir of Al-Medina Al-Munawwara, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, and the delegation of Omani Hajj mission presided over by Sheikh Aflah bin Ahmed Al Khalili, head of the mission. They also discussed facilities provided by Saudi authorities to pilgrims to perform the rituals easily. Activities of the cultural competition on the level of formations, regiments and units of Royal Army of Oman were concluded. This competition comes within the attention of Royal Army of Oman to its affiliates in terms of culture, intellectuality, arts and literature. The competition also included a number of cultural and artistic aspects, mainly memorization of Holy Quran, eloquent and Nabataean poetry, scientific research, preparing scientific texts, writing short stories and theoretical texts, Arabic calligraphy, drawing and photography. It was presided over by Major General Matar bin Salim al-Balushi, Commander of Royal Army of Oman. Connecting education environment with entrepreneurs society was formed through Omani Products exhibition, which was held at Qab bin Malik Foundation School in the Wilaya of Shanas in the Governorate of North Batna. The exhibition came under the theme of Together for Omani Products. The aim to focus the concept of local products to school students by moving the exhibition from one school to another. More than 30 local companies, in addition to handicrafts industry, participated in the exhibition. It came after the agreement between the Ministry of Education and the Public Establishment for Industrial Estates to organize exhibitions in Omani products and instill awareness culture towards the Omani products. With the aim to train leaderships from various health institutions to evaluate possible risks of spreading diseases for occurring any emergencies, a workshop of medical response in public health concluded in the Governorate of Dhahira. During the workshop, medical response sector and the National System for Emergency Cases Management were reviewed. It aimed to get acquainted with operation plan principles and methods of supply and sources management, in addition to update maps and data to determine the possible risk of sources. The three-day workshop also included practical training on safety and security, as well as reviewed government and Dhahira experience in disaster and crisis management. First Winter Tourism Forum in the Governorate of Dhofar continued today its activities in Salalah by organizing a workshop aiming to review supporting small and medium-sized enterprises in the tourism sector. His Excellency Salim bin Mohammed Al-Mashani, member of a Shura Council in the Wilaya of Taqqa, presided over the ceremony with the attendance of a number of people interested in tourism field. The workshop included work paper on role of the Ministry of Tourism to support projects and raft fund. It also discussed entrepreneurs' experiences and advantages aspects, as well as giving suitable solutions for the disadvantages aspects. Developing tourism aspects in the Governorate of Al-Brahimi, considering that the Governorate attracting large number of tourists from all governorates of the Sultanate topped the discussion of the Municipal Council during its 7th meeting. A delegation from Berlin University participated in the meeting to make a comprehensive study about the Governorate. The delegation visited a number of government directorates and historical sites. A promotion campaign entitled Habda was held at Al-Qaram City Centre in the Governorate of Muscat. It was organized by the Public Authority for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Development. It aimed to provide an opportunity for Omani entrepreneurs to promote their products and to learn means of marketing in commercial complexes. 11 Omani entrepreneurs were chosen for the campaign, and the products varied among traditional clothes, khanjars, perfumes and other goods. The participants expressed that such events motivate the youth and increase their knowledge and skills in this field. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, stresses that the Sultanate works on principles of wise governance. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, emphasizes that the Sultanate condemns all types of terrorist acts. The Public Establishment for Industrial Assets signs consultancy agreements for the project of Ivry Logistics Area. And to enhance bilateral cooperation in various media fields and exchange expertise, the Minister of Information, Culture, Tourism and Sports of Zanzibar visits Public Authority for Radio and Television. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studio and the newsroom, it's good night.